My name is Jason Smith, and I lead the U.S. team at Shopper Intelligence. I'm here today to talk about one of our favorite reports at Shopper Intelligence, our category impact matrix. Many of our clients, once they see this report, they ask for it by name because they know it gives a quick and easy way to see where a category fits within a retailer or channel. We take all categories that we track at that channel or retailer and put it in a chart to give a visual representation of how to manage that category. For the next couple of minutes, I'll explain the report, how we generate it, and give an example within a couple of categories on where those categories would fall at a particular retailer. This report has an X and Y axes. We have 4 quadrants that a category would fall into. On the vertical axes, we have something called differentiation. This gives an idea of how well a retailer can differentiate itself in that category. Are shoppers willing to pay more? Is this a strong driver of retailer loyalty? Is this category driving strong loyalty to the retailer? Are shoppers willing to browse and take more time? If we are looking to get them to trade up or buy more, will they even see it? Do we have that ability to differentiate? On the other axes, we have intentionality. This gets into how intentional is the shopper. Is this one of the main reasons they went shopping during that trip? Does this category help drive that trip to the retailer? Are promotions effective at driving the trip? Is this a highly planned category? There are some that you walk into the retailer planning to buy the category, and others that you impulsively decide to buy during the trip. A category that's highly intentional would be highly planned, driving traffic, and promotions also are effective at driving that shopper. Based on these measures, we populate a report that looks like this, but we will eventually have the categories plotted on there. Based on where the category falls, we have certain strategies and tactics that we recommend. The 4 quadrants, starting with hero categories in the upper right and working clockwise, we have hero categories that shopper is highly intentional and there's a high degree of ability to differentiate. These are the priority categories where you got to lead in many different ways and get a lot of the things right. Driving the trip, the bottom right, there's just not quite that opportunity to differentiate, but there's still that need to get the basics right and make sure that you're driving the shopper and maintaining good out of stocks and being effective. The bottom left, drive the basket. The shopper is highly impulsive. You got to try hard to drive that basket in these categories because they're not necessarily planning on buying them and they're not necessarily looking to browse and trade up. It requires more work on that bottom left to engage with the shopper and drive the category. The upper left, shoppers are willing to differentiate, willing to trade up, willing to browse, and they're more impulsive, but it gives a unique opportunity to use different strategies and tactics to drive that category. To give you a quick example, this is Walmart. I pulled this within Walmart brick and mortar shoppers only, where we talked to about 35,000 shoppers over the last 2 years. Each one of these blue diamonds is a category or department within the retailer, and where they meet the X and Y axis is the average within the retailer. You can see there's a spread of categories and retailers across each one of the 4 quadrants. When we start looking at an individual department, I picked pet care because I wanted to understand where does pet care fall within the quadrants, and it falls between hero and drive the trip. Pet care is made up of many categories. When we drill one step deeper, you can see that it depends on the category. The categories fall into different buckets, and overall the pet care department is between a hero and a drive the trip, but dog treats is a profit generator and dog food is more of a drive the trip. You can't use the same strategy across all categories within pet care. You have to prioritize the things that might be more impactful. And for an example, dog treats and chews, much more impulsive category. Maybe you have more displays and try to trigger that shopper during the trip. If you have any questions, want to see your category or retailer, please reach out to me. My email is jason.smith@shopperintelligence.com, or please visit our website at shopperintelligence.com. Thanks a lot.